Welcome back to StockSmart. Thank you for tuning in and being loyal customers. Or consumers, I can't say customers. I'd like to say patrons, but I only have a few of those. Shout out to my patrons. Thank you for supporting the channel. And we are so very close to our $400 rock bottom indicator release. So hit that subscribe, join the Discord. Come on over to Twitter and Facebook, and we'll all hang out and have a good time. Okay. So we've got our daily average, some volume things going on here. Looks like we're 129% over our, daily average. Well, we've got our implied volatility and our IV rank also up here, okay? And it's also plotting here, so we can see when those change greatly, all right? And we've got an in the money, out of the money study here. And we've added to this Enigma Trades volume stats. That's this IV rank and implied volatility. Okay? So we can go in here and check that out, and you can see what's different. Okay. And we decided to add our implied volatility and our IV percentile. And there we go. All right. So now let's go in and find labels. Let's see, we've got our IV labels, uptrend, downtrend labels, volume labels. Those down here. We've got our 52-week labels. Uptrend, downtrend. And our spread trend labels. All right, now let's drop that down here. We'll take our uptrend, downtrend, and our 52-week labels, because sometimes it's nice to know how far off of the 52 week high we are, off of the high or the low. Okay. What have I done? Okay. Let's see, something still has the uptrend, downtrend labels already in it. I bet, let's see, spread trend labels. Let's see, bid, ask, line limit size labels. Yes, this has the uptrend and downtrend within the bid, ask, spread labels. Okay. And it may even good to have your bid, ask, spread trend percent off of the 52-week high. All right. And your implied volatility and IV rank. All right. So we're looking at Pixy right here. That's the one that's got the percentages today. This one just hit 101. 65, still not ready to rock. 63, had its fun yesterday. 376, ooh la la. Okay. And the 98, this one's about to hit it when the market opens. And this one's at 150%. Okay. percent off 52-week low. I don't really like that label. Okay, so this looks like that just plots, a nice line right across wherever your low is. So that's really nice of them, though. So you get your bid, you get your ask, you get your spread, uptrend, ticker symbol, and what percent off of the 52-week high and percent off the 52-week low, with your daily average, your current bars volume, and your average for the 30 days. Now this down here is a VWAP or Elliott, that I'm trying to combine together there. Okay. Now, E's for fun. Let's see, what is it called? All right, so we went a-playing yesterday. And we made a thing. All right. So our thing plots Fibonacci automatically. It will give us our trend lines automatically. And we can get rid of this IV percentile for now, I suppose, or we don't really need it. Okay. And we have our standard deviations that are colored. So we have a green to green standard deviations. Okay. And let's check out Pixy here and see what it's doing. Looks like it's hitting a bit of a low here. Very good. And these are all on the pump and dump 4-hour time frame. Okay. So that means they'll probably move within the first 4 hours of the market. Now we can go and look up pump and dump 1 minute, and we get Baidu and GM. And you pretty much guessed what that is. That's going to be a big move within the first minute or so. All right. Now, let's check out the parabolic SAR for the daily. We can go PSAR daily, and then we'll go over and check out. Oh, look at SoFi at the top of that list. Ocugen. What's this? Hudson Capital. BYSI. BYZ. And let's see. This one is just going positive on the dip indicator. And ATHE. Now, this is the easy dip indicator. This isn't your rock bottom indicator, okay? So let's think about building a strategy with our easy dip and our rock bottom. They are both based on the Arun, should you take the time to learn it, or go back and watch the other videos. All right. And we've saved this particular study that is giving us our automatic trend lines and our Fibonacci, okay, with our standard deviations. This is saved on GitHub, okay? And I think that link is in the description below too. And we were able to combine several studies, surprisingly, without too much difficulty. AMRN, Baidu, and Trill. Okay, so Baidu is popping up on several lists. And let's go check out TRIL, because we are going on to, this is Trillium Therapeutics, and they are let's see, there's lots of trilliums. Interesting. Okay. Now these trend lines kind of get in the way a little bit, don't they? All right. So if we need to, we can go in and change, some of our settings, if we feel interested enough to. Okay. So we've got 3 deviations here, and then we've got quite a few more, and some trend lines here. Okay. So we can extend to the left, and we would like to do that. We want to see our full range, so we'll hit OK. And then we can come in. Let's see, is there an aggregation? If there isn't, then we can create an aggregate. Or maybe they were, pulled out of there for, any reason at all. Kind of like some of the other ones that we've done that with. Let's see which one that is. I'm trying to remember. See, I think it was in the standard deviation set. So let's go and look at our standard deviations. We've got our trade volume index. That's something interesting. And let's check out our deviation 5. Okay. We'll hit apply here, hit OK, and we get this interesting deviation here. All right. See this trade volume index there. So let's get rid of our confusing automatically plotting trend lines for everything, where you don't have to do anything but look at it. Very sweet and simple. With prices on the sides, too. Of course, this Dev 5 does it as well. Let's see, where did we get our Dev 5 from? Regression and standard deviation, trading days. Okay. So what a neat little study there, but it doesn't look like it was ever quite finished. Okay, let's go back into our dev, but that is where we do start to see. And those do not work. And that is because this here, all right, 4 hour and 4 hour, and 126. You need to get the regression and standard deviation code right up here above it in order for it to work. Our standard deviations 2 has some fun things on it. There we go. So that's a nice simple study, green to green, or red to red, however you see it. Nice midline here, and it gives us little price targets along the sides. So we can see the 638, 642, 648, 653, 57, 61. And we get many of these are popping off. Now let's just see, how did Pixy start off today? And since we need to see what is moving, see, we need to keep those lists from popping up where they interfere with our watch lists. Okay. Now, we can look at our runners on the 4-hour, which is HUSN. Let's check out our RSI gamma squeeze. So we see the things that are gamma squeezing right now. And these gamma squeezes are based on the RSI ligare. Okay. So these gives us those gammas. All right, let's move on. We've got our gap up fast daily, 1 hour, 1 minute, 5 minute, and, say weekly again. So let's go gap up fast on the daily. We'll see which ones are doing that. All right, so we do have some gappers here today. See if we can go with the quickest movers. Looks like SCR and TGT. We've got some other ones there, but Tupperware's on the list again. We saw that yesterday. Maybe the day before. Now let's get rid of our trade volume index. That isn't helping us right now. Our Harmon 4 and Harmon 5, which are going to be our, say zigzag or harmonic. Okay. And they give you some ranges there with those. Very fun. Weekly here. We can see big weekly range out here. And let's see what those ranges are on the AMC. Yes, we must draw some charts and do some charting and whatnot, but AMC is on a pullback, or at least, I don't know. It could really, and if it's to hit the daily, or weekly Fibonacci levels, it won't reverse until it gets all the way back down here to $5.91 is the 61.8 level for the bottom, with the 61.8 level being up here at the top. Okay. So it could be a while before it really, basically you're, well, let's hope for it to take and start rising with this Fibonacci ring here, this anchor point, and see how high up it goes. But you can see that we have lines at the 69.33, a line at the 93.26, a line here at the 131.86, and a line all the way up here at the 196.70 on the daily, which is huge, okay? All of these are probably in preparation of what's about to happen after earnings comes out. So this will probably be a good earnings report driving prices up, okay? So we'll see if that is the way of it. Doesn't mean it has to be, doesn't mean it will be. Typically, we see things go down after earnings, because if it's a good earnings, and let's just say you owned the bank, and I knew a company was about to give good earnings, like, hey, they've done really good this quarter. Well, I wouldn't want to buy their stock, for the same price everybody else is getting it for. I want it under value, so I know I'm going to make a profit. See why we have crashes on earnings? Good earnings. Okay, now these are our gap up fasts. Big and I guess you could say intense moves, fast moves. You can call it whatever you want. And it looks like it is over. 8 minutes in, and it is over. Barely a light blinking on the Christmas tree. Okay, so today was not the day. All right. Let's check out Momo LBR. If it was the day, we would know. And we like our Momo. All right. Now, what else can we go look at that's, I don't know. Let's go look at Hyliion just for fun. And we've got some of these fun standard deviations, and this is based on a year. Now we can change that aggregate, to whatever, but anything beyond the aggregate you choose will not work. That's creating a double aggregate if you go, before that. So let's say I click this, month here, and then I want to see it on the corner, quarter, it won't work. Or I click the weekly, okay? So we should still see it on the weekly. And let's get rid of that. I don't see it on the weekly. Okay, but if I take that standard deviation back out to monthly, one above the weekly. Oh, no. Still won't let me have it. Okay. Back out to yearly. Still not working on that one. Only on the 4 hour and down. Why is that? Probably because of this yesterday high-low, which means if it only goes by a day, right there, that's it. That's why we're only getting our 4 hours. All right. And testing expansion of STD lines. Looks like someone in here was just playing with their plots and whatnot, but you will find some interesting things hashed out. All right, so let's get rid of that standard deviation set. All right. Hit OK. Oh, RKT. I like RKT way more than I like Hyliion. And RKT was a blatant pump and dump. Well, we do have some levels here through RKT. All right. Okay. Now let's go for the modified Darvis box. VPN indicator. Interesting. Universal oscillator. Interesting. Those are new. At least new to me. Warning symbols. Ooh la la. Technical stock rating. Okay, it's the VPN indicator. What's this? Very important nuisance. Let's see here. Maybe we should go in and see what a VPN indicator is. Certainly has given us some interesting things here. Let's get rid of... now, what are those warning symbols? Oh, based on the MACD? Get out of here. I don't want that garbage on my screen. Bunch of hidden divergences. No one teaches you how to read. Go back and look at the rest of my videos if you want to learn how to read them. I'm going to have to write that down and make a video on hidden divergences on large time frames. Let's see. So let's say 4 hour plus time frame. And then do a MACD divergence video. Divergence, convergence. And we may even consider doing a new thumbnail here very soon. Seems like the AMC hype and craze has died down. There's no reason to keep, putting into it when there's nothing there. I'm pump and dump weekly swing plays, and we get these that should be all moving on the weekly or about to be moving on the weekly. Okay, so this is pulling back. Any of these should be in a pullback position, ready to go bullish again. Or going bullish. They were, and now they're falling off. So make sure you check your analysis properly on these to see if these are reversing or if these are your winners. Okay, Yeti. What do we got here? Sun. Looks like many of them are pulling back in the exact same way. Sun, Noko. All right, so this little VPN indicator here, I don't really see it giving us much good. Seems an awful lot just like a MACD. Yeah, fast-moving averages. Nothing really special there. Okay. Trading above average, uptrend, market direction. Interesting. So technical stock rating, eh? AM detector, eh? This universal oscillator, eh? Okay. Let's slap that over there. All right. I see. So we got technical stocks. So we got money flow, trading above average, uptrend, trend quality, and market direction. Awesome. So this is a nice, fun little piece. Let's see what else we got in here. VFI, average length, trend quality length, max stiffness, market index, SPY. Okay, so we can change that. wait for money flow. Wait for trading above average. And this is kind of neat because it's kind of similar to what I'm working on, but not exactly. It has some of the things that I care about. Score here. Okay. So market direction green, uptrend, even though that should be kind of green too. Says it's trading above average. And let's see what happens. Looks like when this blew up here in our Hudson Technologies, our technical stock rating just went and kind of went out on us. Okay, let's see if that happened on the weekly too. On the weekly, we just took a bit of a dip here, a bit of a dip here, and then trended on up. That's good. So that's showing a good trend, and it's showing that they're taking out options and whatnot to hedge their lows here. But of course, you got a low at 3 cents or 30 cents. I mean, come on now, 32 cents. Yeah, cashing out at around $4 or cashing out all the way from here to here. Yes. LC. All right, we see here in April our technical analysis went bullish after we hit our low. Of course, we know when and why. We see many of these travel along the same patterns. And sometimes we can see one is just slightly behind the other pattern. So if you can find a stock that trades likewise, okay, how they all trade likewise. All right, and MIT here. MIT's one that we watch. This seems to be creating the accurate movements that we predicted. See this strike line here, this blowout here, and the top out here. This is the resistance, okay? And we have a possible new support right here. So is this the area or will we lose it? We shall see, we shall see. All right. And that is AG Management Invest Trust, MIT. Okay. And we could see that market maker move, but they probably have a huge space on that move. There's not really much point in looking at that. Okay. Now let's get rid of our AM detector and our technical stock ratings, even though I do kind of like it. And we have this volume flow indicator, VFI. Okay, so if we have a volume flow indicator, let's find that. VFI. Volumes. Here we go. And you can see we still have many things going off, but they're going off today, probably in preparation for next week. See what we do is we get them on our lists. Bring that back. That's interesting, isn't it? That bid-ask spread as a lower indicator pretty much tells you when it's on that run. See here? I mean, that's interesting. That's ask, ask, ask. Falling off, falling off. Okay, now these are all, yeah, sideways here. Huh. And it could be plotting that too. Which is basically a form of a shorter term golden crossover. It's looking for short-term crossovers. Okay. Alright, so let's get rid of these spread trend labels here. We've got easy a dip indicator. And let's pull up that rock bottom indicator. And we're going to take the easy dip with the rock bottom. And they are both based on the Arun. Alright, so let's make our rock bottom indicator here. Just get that set up a little bit. And we'll use this dip indicator here. We'll set this up as green. And now we can see where we get our rock bottoms at. Although we need our bottom on the bottom so we can see it. Rock bottom on the bottom. Alright, so now we see volume flow, rock bottom, price trends up. Alright. And it kind of looks like we do have a trend line that's going right through there. Okay. So we should start to see some sort of, trend forming for a blowout or a sideways trade, and then a pushback down. And we pay attention to our Kapok weeklies. Okay. But now let's go over here. We're going to find our Arun reversal on the weekly. And this gives us PBR, Uber, Sundial, AMC, and AMD. We'll check out the same list, but on the daily. ZY, PBR, Uber, Sundial, and the rest. 4 hour. And we get the same ones. All right. And we'll go 1 minute. And now we have Hood on our reversal list. Okay, which means Hood could be, well, we know Hood's going to travel back down. Robin Hood isn't really Robin Hood. Let's look at those low float poppers, see if we got anything on this list here. And we have our parabolic SAR bull cross on semiconductors, Btbt. That's one we've been watching ever since it hit its, well, not this low, but this low. It would have been nice to be in it from this low. That would have been great. Wow. Yeah, that would have been just awesome to be in Btbt from this 28 cents here. Yeah, I'm sure the market made quite a few millionaires off of the people who were ready, educated and willing to take the risk. But as we can see, Btbt is just now coming out of, the buying back of its short. Will it continue to trend on down, or will we finally go in to some green play? Okay, now this is the weekly. Let's go down to the daily and see what's going on. All right. And we can see we get, red, wishy-washy, this, that. And we can see this volume flow indicator from the time we hit our low just kept coming up and up and up and up and up. All right. So by the time your volume flow looks like spikes above this 50%, 48% level, that's when things really start to take off. Yeah, or when volume flow might even get above this 0 line on the 4-hour here. But on the daily, looks like that's the what you're looking for when we come above 0 or close to it. So let's go and put that head to head with apples to apples. Okay. Okay, not exactly. And we'll check out Tesla there. And we can see once we go below the 0 line and then back above it, that is a big indicator. All right. And there's your little boat there at $47. All right. Now that's the weekly. Let's go look at the 1-hour time frame. And we go above 0 here. All right. And 0 is a common scan. Isn't that an interesting type of movement there? Is that a big dip for a price run up? Okay, so this volume flow indicator may be more useful than we think. All right. Let's keep this one in mind here. When volume flow indicator, is greater than it was, or a percentage greater, we may want to be paying attention to it. All right. And we see our low, a bounce off of the 0. And then we see our first climb, and then we see the big peak not long after. Did take a little bit, but it happened. It's just a matter of holding. Okay, now let's check this out on the weekly. And see. One. Let's see if we get an ABC correction, or if we've had our correction and we're ready for our next trend up. This oblong ink here. But as we can see here with our volume flow indicator, we can build some studies or triggers based on that, but I don't think that's the only thing we should use. I don't think that will work well at all. UA Multimedia, and it looks like they've got a trend line there, but if if we follow our trend line like this, we can see it'll probably get pushed back down, or it's going to start opening up higher and following this. Okay, but this is a very typical move, okay? This will create possibly another shoulder, or a higher, much higher head, and then a slightly lower but upwards driving shoulder. And let's look out for fake out breakouts. That's a fake out breakout on the weekly there. We try to find them on the daily too. Let's see if we have any. And socks. So this probably was a great one to invest in before it became way the overextended. The low probably was the place to go, but even had you invested there, well, your returns are still massive. Massive returns. You know, doubling and tripling returns. And no fake out breakout today. Let's check out the Darvis. Here. And let's, we got GoGo, SoFi, LQDT, Beam, NTLA, HMHC, and DVAX. Okay, so let's go for Dev. And we'll go for our deviation bands. And deviation bands. Look for your deviations. And let's see what LQDT is. This is Liquidity Services Inc. Liquidity Services Inc. On the, well, it's on the NASDAQ. Okay. Wonder what Liquidity Services does. I bet they provide some form of liquidity. Okay. And DVAX. Dynavax Technologies. Very good. Looks like a bit of a push down into earnings. Houghton Mifflin. Or Houghton Mifflin. Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. Marcourt. I can't quite read it. I think I need glasses. I don't know what GoGo Inc. is. Beam. And we've got a bit of a high, you know, possibly and a doji here. This might have people thinking that the, you know, push up out of earnings. All right, so these are ones with Darvis box signals, you know, SoFi. Okay. So let's pull up that modified Darvis box. And we can see we get that signal right there. like covering the Darvis box because no one else does. And I like experimenting with the different signals we can get it to create. This always generates as a down signal, but in my experience, always is an up signal. So we have it plotting for an up signal. See, here it is again. Looks like a Thor hammer. And many are being added to the Facebook. Facebook is going on the Vortex 4-way scan. And here we go. Looks like the trade desk is there. And the trade desk was one that we were watching right before the, the split there. This must be the split, and that's the 10-to-1 split on 617. And you can see where we were following a bounce from. Right here, we hooked this trend line, and it has been accurate all the way through. And we see this fake out, break out again, and once again, it faked you out to break you out. All right. Now we've got volume going in our favor again here, starting to travel back up, or volume being less than 0. It may be even worth building the scanner and then just going through each one and finding it yourself, flipping through. Okay. And Luck and Coffee's there again today. Well, thank you for watching. A massive shout out to my patrons. Thank you for supporting me and the channel. I hope I was able to point out something good for somebody today. I will see you in the next video.